Hello everyone. This is Omar from the Third Rail. Hope everybody's doing fine. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody's happy and healthy. And peace to the Middle East, peace to Gaza, peace to Rafah, peace to all those students who protested, peace to everybody, man. Shout out to India, Algeria, Mexico, Indonesia, Argentina, Vietnam, Iraq, the whole world. I love you all. I appreciate you. Please press a like or at least a share on this video and stick around. We have a great show for you today, hopefully. We're going to discuss certain things, not heavy stuff, but we're gonna first start with the news. Then we're gonna see Aipac, the corruption that's going on in the United States, and Joe Biden has a lot to worry about. There's new polls that just came out. He's gonna lose the election to crazy fucking Donald Trump. In America, we have no choice. It's like crazy and crazier. I hope everything works out, but I really don't give a fuck no more since I found out that all these politicians are corrupt in the United States. And we got to discuss Bill Maher. You know Bill Maher from Real Time. He's a Islamophobe. He hates Muslims. He hates Arabs. He hates Palestinian. He has dual citizenship. His mother is Jewish, and he has an Israeli citizenship. That's why he always hates the Palestinian. He had a guest of Bill Maher on his show, and I appreciate Bill Maher, who's honest. And he's a real comedian, Bill Maher. Bill Maher is not a real comedian. He has a show on HBO. It's written for him by writers. Everything has to be practiced and reviewed. And he got the audience, they clap at everything and laugh at stupid jokes when they're on the show. Then we got to discuss Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham, you goddamn homo. What the hell is wrong with you? He's saying that Israel should use nuclear weapons, nuclear bombs on Gaza. It's amazing how fucking dumb some people can be. Then we're going to see a couple of statistics on antisemitism, the big lie. Every time they say antisemitism is on the rise, they don't show us any data. They don't show us any police report or any report. You could say anything. You could say, free Palestine, you consider that anti-Semitism. Or from the river to the sea, that's considered anti-Semitism. You know how it goes. Anyway, let's start the show. Let's go with the news first. Let's go. All right. Let me see if I have sound. Let's start the show. Let's go with the news first. All right. I got this microphone. It's still making my voice is ugly as fuck. All right. Let's start see the headlines. Then we're going to go straight to the videos. And it's very important. Let's see what's going on today around the world on antiwar.com. This is a site if you want to go see anti-war news, and they tell you the truth. It's been there for 30 or 40 years, this website. Used to read it a long time ago. All right, let's share the screen. Yeah, anti-war. Let's start there. Yep. Here we are. All right. Where am I? Okay, I gotta make it bigger, right? Let me see. All right. Yeah, let's start with the news. Let me see. Is this right? Let me see. Oh, just do it like that, right? Or like this. That's it. Yeah, okay, let's go. Ready? Let me go there. All right. Headlines. Israel ministers march for settlements in Gaza. They want to steal more land. That's what they mean. U.S. Army officer resigns over Gaza slaughter. Thank you. Lindsey Graham suggests Israel should nuke Gaza. This is Lindsey Graham. They probably have something. He's homosexual. Okay, he's gay, but he don't want the. We all know he's gay. He knows he's gay. Everybody knows he's gay, and we really don't care. But I think they are blackmailing. They probably got some videos on him because he's doing a lot of crazy shit since what's his name? McMahon, or is it, I got a memory issue. He's been shitting on himself lately. That's what I'm going to say. He's probably being blackmailed or something. They have video on him because he's doing crazy shit. He's disgusting. Okay. White House again deny Israel is committing genocidal in Gaza. Okay. This is the I don't know if we're in the same world, man. The White House is fucking full of fucking Zionists. The White House on Monday again denied that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. 40,000 dead. Despite the massive number of civilian casualties. Well, they all fell, they slipped on bananas. And the continuous restriction on aid as Palestinians are facing starvation. You saw the videos of the Jewish settlers in Palestine, where they burned the trucks full of food for Palestinians, and they were putting rocks on the floor. Man, it's disgusting, man. This crisis has shown us what these motherfuckers are all about. They're fucking evil. Okay, rejected provision. Okay, the U.S. has rejected the ruling from the International Court of Justice that it's plausible that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. So the International Court of Justice is sometimes called the International Caucasian Court of Justice because it mostly only arrests black presidents, black prime ministers. It chases Africa. That's all it is. And those dumb Africans, they should not sign to this court and get the fuck out of there. Okay? All right. Okay. Using the international accepted term for genocide, which is, hold on, which includes focus on intent. Do Israel has an intent to commit genocide? Yes, they do. They're killing women and children. They're destroying homes. They destroyed 12 universities with TNT, not by airplane, on purpose. They demolished 16 cemeteries. They got all the dead to erase any memory or any attachment of the Palestinian people to Gaza. If that's not anti-Semitism, I don't know what it is. You know, I don't know what it is. Hold on. All right. So let's go. We got more stories here. So we gotta go back, right? All right. We're still on, right? Let me see. All right. Next story. Ready? U.S. clarifies Gaza's death toll hasn't changed. The UN clarifies what happened was yesterday. The United Nations was saying that there's a different number of those who have been identified. There's a lot of dead people. Out of those who have been identified, they are less than the number. They have the dead, but they didn't know who they are. But yesterday, the Zionist scumbag on Twitter ran with the story. Look, they've been lying to us. They've been lying. And the media, MSNBC and Joe, Good Morning Joe, or Morning Joe, have the fucking piece of shit name, ran with it. Here we go. Uh-oh. Ready? On Monday, the United Nations said that the number of Palestinians killed by Israel in Gaza since October 7 hasn't changed. A figure that has suppressed 35,000 people. But the Israeli Zionists on social media and their allies, they were lying. They're lying to the whole world. UN spokesman Farhan Haq made the clarification after the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA, published a figure from Gaza health minister that showed the number of Palestinians killed who have been fully identified, which as of April 30 was 24,000 out of the 34,000 fatalities. Out of the 24,686 fully identified, 7,797 were children. Now, the number is about 17,000, but those who have been identified, because many of them have been burned by. You can, I mean, they throw in 2,000 bombs. They throw a ton bombs, 1 ton bombs. So they have not identified those other bodies. They don't know, they haven't got to it, or they need a lot of DNA, or it needs a lot of money, it needs a lot of time. But the numbers are right. But those who have been identified by name and family are 7,797 children, 4,959 women, and 1,924 elderly, and 10,000 men. The figures were published by OCHA on May 8th, 2 days earlier. So what happened was the Israeli fuckboys, they were happy. They're like, look, you see, we didn't kill them. They were lying, you see. These people were lying on us. We didn't kill all these people. They were lying. But the whole truth is, hold on. The whole truth was, it's about those who have been identified by name and family. Israel unleashes the heaviest bombing in months. This is what a coward country does, because Israel has all these new weapons from the United States, paid for by me and other Americans. We gave them about $26 billion worth of weapons to kill people who have no weapons. Even the Palestinian resistance, what kind of weapons do they have? What is it called? The Yasmin 105, an homemade RBG, and AK-47s. That's all they have, and homemade bombs for the anti-tank bombs. So Israel protesters blockade convoy headed to Gaza. I'm gonna share a video later on this. Oh, I can't see that. Get the hell out. I can't see that. Okay, another bad news for the United States. Ukraine Kharkiv commander replaced. Russian advances. This city is the second biggest city in Ukraine. It's called Kharkiv. I don't know how to pronounce it. It is for the United States and Europe are losing the war to Russia. Now, we have given more weapons to Ukraine than any other nations, probably more than Israel. They lost a lot of men. The problem was the stagnation of European. They were always afraid to give them real weapons, so they used to do it slowly. Or maybe if we give them tanks, Putin is not going to get mad. And what's so strange about it is, in Ukraine, the Western world, who are fucking hypocrites, are saying they are defending a country's sovereignty and freedom against an occupying force called Russia. At the same time, they are giving weapons to Israel to occupy another country and violate its sovereignty. Hypocrisy 101. Ukraine says EU plan for $3 billion a year is not enough. Sweden is open to hosting NATO nuclear weapons. China denies Philippines' claim about artificial islands. I like China, but China has been doing a lot of fucking islands, man-made islands. I cannot understand the idea that when you have such big countries, and there's always this fucking greed for new land. There's always, we need another land. All right, let's go to the videos. Okay, let's start with Joe Rogan. Joe motherfucking Rogan. Joe Rogan.
Doing the war in Gaza, regardless of that.
Okay. Joe Rogan is the accidental podcast. Joe Rogan is a comedian. I mean, he's a long time. He's an Italian American. He was raised in Boston. His family was liberal, but he happened to accidentally become one of the biggest podcasts in the world. So his problem is, when you have such a big platform and so much money come in, you're always afraid to be honest or to tell the truth. So you play both sides. Like a month ago, he was complaining that the Palestinians were being killed for no reason. Now he actually invited this guy who used to be an ex-Mossad. You know, he's probably lying because when everybody pronounced they were an ex something, and there he goes. Let's see what Joe Rogan has to say.
What's crazy to me is, regardless of how you feel about how the Israeli military and the army is pursuing the war in Gaza, regardless of that, the blatant, just out in the open anti-Semitism that we see today is like nothing I've ever seen before. Like roaches coming out of the woodwork.
I can 100% tell you that there is no such motherfucking things. Yes, you probably have stupid guys who will call, oh, I'm going to put a bomb in your fucking synagogue. Oh, I don't like you because you're Jewish. Yes. But there's no actual anti-Semitism that is physically harming American Jews. There's nothing. Give me the numbers, man. Give me the data. I'm going to show you data later. It's all a lie. In 2023, there was 166 assaults against Jews. And you don't know, maybe some of them were just arguments in the subway station. Maybe they didn't have a fight because they were Jews. They just had disagreements. But out of 330 million Americans, and only 166 Jews were assaulted, that is, thank God, that is nothing. And they was right. Anti-Semitism is on the rise. It has risen by 114%. Woo! Scare the people. Now listen, you see, every celebrity has to do a dick-sucking moment. So he has to do this because he knows the powers that to be in America, the Jewish community or the Jewish entertainment industry. I'm going to say it like it is. I don't give a fuck, man. They're afraid of losing what they have. They have on Twitter, they have accounts where they say to take a pledge not to hire students who protested. I can't believe that these Jewish websites will do that. In the 1950s, McCarthyism actually put a lot of Jewish Americans on a blacklist where they could not get no job in Hollywood and the theater because they were considered communists. So for you to do what was done to you is unbelievable. You understand? So let's see what Joe Rogan has to say for himself. Go ahead, Joe.
Like what? Like you see it all over social media, and it's like this. If this is September and not October, like if this is just, you would be shunned. Everybody would be like, this is horrible. How the fuck could you say this? How are you? You're openly anti-Semitic. You're openly blaming the Jews for all the world's problems. This is crazy. This is Nazi shit. And yet you're seeing it everywhere now. When those teachers were in front of Congress, when those principals of those universities were in front of Congress, and they were saying that it's not harassment to say death to the Jews unless it's actionable.
Okay, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. A couple of months ago, look how you laugh. Look at this fucking piece of shit. I got you to do what I want. Some fucking scumbag here. So what happened was a couple of months ago, in front of Congress, the president of Harvard and the president, I think, of University of Connecticut, whatever it is, or Pennsylvania, came in front of Congress, and everybody's under Aipac's money. So everybody was trying, say who's going to ask the worst question to try to get him. So they asked him if students yell or scream from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Is it anti-Semitism? Now, they're academics. So what they were saying, yes, it may be. Maybe some Jewish will find it unnerving, but it's still freedom of speech. You understand? So it's still freedom of speech. So, and they lost their jobs. Nobody said death to the Jews. I want to bet this motherfucking Joe Rogan with his $300 million money to my $800 I have in my bank. That's all I have. That he's lying. There is no such thing going on in college campuses. There are no students and death to the Jews. And it's unbelievable that they hijacked the narratives and made it about Jews, American Jews, instead of the genocide that's going on by Israeli Jews against the Palestinian. The whole idea was to run cover for Israel. So if we turn this student movement into an to brand it and demonize it and make it an anti-Semitic movement that hates Jews, that is attacking Jewish students, whatever it is, we can take the headlines out of the newspapers and TVs, which they already own anyway, and create a havoc or narrative inside the United States. Now, I'm sorry, Joe Rogan, but any smart individual will rethink. It's not like American students in all these colleges got up one day, well, we just hate the Jews. What do you think, guys? Oh, yeah, let's go, let's do it. We hate them. It's a lie. Most of the students, a third of the students who were American Jews, who were Jewish against the genocide in Israel. Believe it or not, there are Jews who have a conscience, who do not believe in Zionism, who believe that Zionism does not represent Jewishness or Judaism. That Zionism is an infection, or it is a disgusting movement that happens to stain the good religion of Judaism. They think like that. I see it on YouTube. I read it in certain books. Rabbis, whatever you want to call it, Israeli scholar like Ilan Pepe. I don't know what the other guy, like scholars. They don't want to associate themselves with Zionism because Zionism is nothing but a new colonialism movement that is the tentacle of Western colonialism. Yeah.
Which is the craziest mental verbal gymnastics I have ever heard anyone say that's in that position, in a position of being the head of Harvard. It was so crazy to watch. It's so crazy to see. It's almost like we live in an alternative timeline. Like we entered into a new dimension. Like in our sleep, we woke up, but we're in a new place.
So that whole sketch was nothing but a dick-sucking moment with Joe Biden. It had nothing to do with what it was going with the situation that's going on. He probably was told, Joe, listen. He was probably told, Joe, listen. We need you to say something against the students. So you get that out. There's no anti-Semitism like they're saying. If I showed you, there's an organization for Muslim called CARE. In 1 month in October, there was 1,248 reports of anti-Muslim, anti-Arab incidents. Now, as an Arab American, I'm not going to go by that number. I don't give a fuck. Nobody harassed me. I mean, we have laws. I mean, if somebody attacks me and calling me an Arab, or I want to beat you up because you're an Arab, I could call the police and say, listen, not only is he attacking me, but he's attacking me for what I am. We have hate crime laws. We should not have any special categories, not for Jews, not for Arabs, not for Muslims. We should have laws for everybody, not for LGBTQ, not for blacks, not for Hispanic. We should have just laws for everybody. That's it. Laws, no special category for people. When you have the United States Congress goes and votes almost 366 to 100 or whatever to 90, the anti-Semitism, I don't know, activity bill that says that any American condemns Israel is considered anti-Semitism and he might be punished under the law. Fuck you and fuck Israel. Fuck Israel today, tomorrow, after today, and every day from now until the day of judgment, and fuck the law. I, as an American citizen, have that right. If Americans could say some Americans can say fuck America, and they have no law against it, why is Israel going to be more important than the United States that we live in as Americans? You understand? So even the law was so void, we don't even know what it meant, because what happened is Congress has a dilemma. Arabs are Semites, and most of the Jewish Semites, they're not all Semites. European Jews are not Semites. They are converts from Eastern Europe. The only Semite Jews are the ones who are born in the Middle East and the Arabs. So if they say it is against the law to commit hatred with anti-Semitism, so the Arabs will be included. I have to be, because I'm an anti-Semite. I'm, like they say in the Bible, we are the son of Sam, us and the Jews, whatever, if you believe in the Bible. So this is a problem. So for Joe Rogan to get up and start fucking sucking the guy's dick like that, it's unbelievable. Excuse my language, but it was a dick sucking moment. Fuck you, go leave. It's unbelievable. Let's go. Remove. All right. I think I lost a lot of people here. Where is it? All right. What happened to this? All right. Here, we're gonna introduce you to another fucking asshole. All right, there he goes.
Understand the
Okay. This is a U.S. senator. He represents the state of South Carolina, small state in the South. It has no importance in the union. It doesn't do anything important. Probably it's poor as fuck. And it probably depends on military bases and military factories that make weapons in the state and get jobs for these idiots there. Now, my problem is this man is disgusting. Lindsey Graham is a disgusting human being. He has no self-respect. I mean, if you see all his videos, they have these videos of him saying a lot of bad things about Donald Trump. Then now he's saying a lot of good things. He used to hang out with a guy named John McCain, who he died. He used to be the senator from Arizona. And the way he was hanging to John McCain, you know how you have a woman that holds to have man or to her husband as an umbrella or protection? That's what Lindsey Graham did with John McCain. John McCain was a war hawk, but he was respected in the U.S. Senate, in the international arena. He used to go everywhere he went. This guy would go right after him. So when he died, he was exposed. Now, Lindsey Graham is gay. He's homosexual, and there's no, me. I don't give a fuck. I have no problem with that, but I have a problem with it if you are an elected official and you're hiding it. It could be used against you to blackmail you into saying what you're saying right now. He's saying bomb with nuclear weapons. I give you for example, Democrats don't hide. We had, what's his name, Barney. What's his name? The guy Barney from Boston. He said, "I'm gay. I like guys. I'm gay as fuck." But this guy wants to hide it because he's from a conservative state. And the whole idea is they have two senators from South Carolina. Man, I gotta go see a doctor. My memory is shot. Tim Scott, the black African American, he's gay too. They have two gay senators from one state. It's like, what's going on, South Carolina? Anyway, this guy is probably being blackmailed. Let's listen to what he has to say, and you be the judge, okay? You be the judge if this man has his mind. Let's see. I don't know which one this is. Okay. This is the one he told them to use nuclear weapons, right?
Listen, here's what I would say about fighting an enemy who wants to kill you and your family. Why did we drop 2 bombs, nuclear bombs, on Hiroshima and Nagasaki to end a war that we couldn't afford to lose? You don't understand, apparently, what Israel is facing. They're facing 3 groups. Iran, who has received $80 billion in aid. When Trump left office, they were exporting 300 barrels of oil a day. Now they're at 1.3 million a day. They've been enriched by Biden. They're taking that money to kill all the Jews. So when we were faced with destruction as a nation after Pearl Harbor, fighting the Germans and the Japanese, we decided to end the war by bombing Hiroshima and Nagasaki with nuclear weapons. That was the right decision. Give Israel the bombs they need to end the war they can't afford to lose, and work with them to minimize casualties.
Senator, that military officials would argue that there has been so much technology since those bombs were dropped that for that very reason, that is why Israel and other developed countries can be more precise. But let me ask it this way, because President Biden is not the first president to use arms shipments to try to influence Israeli policy. As you know, former President Ronald Reagan on multiple occasions withheld weapons to impact Israel's military actions. Did President Reagan show that using U.S. military aid as leverage can actually be an effective way to rein in and impact Israel's policy?
When you're telling the world you're going to restrict weapons delivery to the Jewish state who is fighting a three-front war for their survival, it emboldens Iran.
It's all a lie. They have not restricted anything. A matter of fact, we, the United States, have warehouses of bombs and weapons they could use anytime. They have the key to it. It's all a charade from day one. Oh, Joe Biden has called Netanyahu son of a bitch behind his back. Oh, it's a fucking lie. We are America is Israel's bitch. Okay, let's be honest. America is Israel's bitch. Because if you have an idiot like this representing, he's a senator, he's nobody. And there he is, we should use nuclear weapons. We use nuclear weapons against Japan. We got to give them the weapons to do what? To kill men and women and children, you fucking piece of shit. Because you took it in the fucking back and now they have videos of you doing it. Now you got to punish other people. You disgusting human being. Good. I don't know, man. I'm going to lose this channel, man.
It emboldens Hamas. Sinwar is probably juiced up on the idea there's daylight between the United States and Israel. The hostage deal is harder. This is the worst decision in the history of the U.S. Israel relationship to deny weapons at a time the Jewish state could be destroyed. So here's what I would say. There is some hope we can get over this. Non-negotiable to the destruction of Hamas. Nobody in Israel will allow Hamas to be standing militarily or politically when this is over. How we get there is subject to negotiation. My problem is not with the weapons that Israel is using. My problem is with the tactics that Hamas is using and the idea that America would not send a nickel of aid, echoed by a United States senator when all the Jews are trying to be killed by radical Islamic groups, tells us where we're at as a nation. The Republican Party is with Israel without apology.
Well, historians would say, why is it okay for Reagan to do it and not President Biden? But let me ask you about
why is it okay?
Deal.
Well, can I say this? Why is it okay for America to drop 2 nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki to end their existential threat war? Why was it okay for us to do that? I thought it was okay. To Israel, do
Senator,
whatever you have to do to survive as a Jewish state.
Senator, again, military officials.
He's throwing America under the bus. He's saying, why did we do this? Huh? Why can't Israel do what we did? Who was your loyalty to? I'm going to show you how much money he gets a fucking year from Aipac later on. Whose loyalty is to? Did you give oath to the United States Constitution? Or did you give oath to the Israeli Knesset? He's throwing America under the bus, guys. I don't know if America did this and did that. So why are you not to do that? Hold on.
Say
Whatever
the
you have to do.
technology has changed, but let me ask you about how all
these
of this
military
could
officials
impact.
that you're talking about
Let me ask you
are
something.
full of crap.
Go fuck yourself. There you have it. This is Lindsey Graham. He's saying that since we was wrong through nuclear bombs on Japan, why should Israel not do whatever it wants to do? Huh? Why are we holding Israel to a higher standard? Why are we asking Israel in this day and time of liberal democracies all over the world are not letting Israel do what it wants to do? Israel wants those fucking. Let it have the land. Let Israel kill these people, man. What a fucking shameful piece of shit. Shameful. Wallahi, shameful. Dun, diddy, dun, dun, diddy, dun, dun, diddy, dun, 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 dun. We're going along together forever. Yeah, here I am back with the pleasure. Let me get rid of this motherfucker out of here. All right, one more video, then we'll be good. All right.
Tonight, maybe we would like sort of.
Okay. Where's the other video? No, I gotta get it. Hold on. That's the most important video. Forget about this idiot here. Hold on. Where are you? You're so lovely. Is that it? Yeah. That is it. See?
Kids.
All right. All right, here we go.
Hamas, they are in with the.
All right. Did I talk? This is Bill Maher. He has a podcast called, I don't know, something random or some shit like that. He is a fucking loser. He happened to get a job on HBO. He's worth millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. He doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have children. He has one sister. Her sister doesn't have no kids either. This motherfucker couldn't even make babies to inherit his wealth. But he has this thing. He hates Muslim. He hates Palestinians. And he hates Islam. I could tell you maybe why he hates the Palestinian people. Because, you know, he has a Jewish passport. He's a dual American and Israeli citizen. Though his father is Irish, his mother was Jewish. So according to Jewish law in Israel, or Jewish religious law, if your mother is Jewish, he is Jewish. So he has this affinity for Israel. Even whatever it does, he doesn't care. Even sometimes when you watch his show, well, they won the war, so they get to keep the land. Isn't that the rules? Isn't that the rules? Well, we didn't keep no land. We won the war in Japan. We didn't keep the Japanese. We won the war in Germany. We didn't keep no land. You understand? So on his podcast, he has a guest, Bill Barr. Bill Barr is one of the greatest comedians in the fucking world. I mean, I've been watching him a long time. To me, him and Dave Chappelle, right now, those were on my mind, the two best comedian in the world right now. So he has him as a guest. He started to go through that whole shit he does every time we have a guest. Well, you know, I know better than you guys, you know, because I have a show and you're just comedians. I'm the comedian who actually made it, and I have a political show. He's a fucking asshole. But I love Bill Burr when he pushes back on him. Let's listen, guys.
With the kids demonstrating for Hamas, they are in with the terrorists.
They were for the Palestinians.
Well, it's sort of the same cause.
Look at the silence.
Why, are you?
I'm on the side of the kids.
Yeah, that's easy to say. You know, no one wants to see kids dead. This is a war.
That was very brave of you to say that.
This is a war. No, I'm the one who's actually brave on this.
Pat yourself on the back.
It's easy to say I'm for the kids. Who's not for the kids?
Well,
it comes down to real hard-nosed decisions. Like a country.
Stop talking like you're a general.
A country got attacked. Israel got attacked.
I'm not saying that they didn't have a right to go back. I'm just sitting there going like, how do I look at
We're the only country in the world that they get attacked, and then as soon as they counterattack, it's like, well, we got to stop this shit now. Don't attack them. It's a very simple.
So Bill Maher, as you can see, he's repeating all the Zionist talking points, but he didn't think that Bill Maher is going to push back. He's like, I'm with the kids, like the college kids. He's talking about the universities. He said they were protesting for Hamas. They were not protesting for Hamas. He corrects it. He said they were protesting for the Palestinians. You understand? So he gave him a lot of pushback, and I love Bill Maher for that. I mean, forget about it. The only thing I don't want dishonesty. You could have a point of view, but have a real point of view. Don't lie and try to broad brush thousands of young men and women who are protesting in universities in the United States as protesting for Hamas. That is dangerous. That is stupid. That is disgusting. And it is what it is.
Full solution to all this problem in the Middle East: stop attacking Israel.
Hey, you
Stop
just solved
attacking
it.
Israel.
You just
I did.
solved it.
I actually
There
did.
you go. That's fantastic.
You see how he's sarcastic? Oh, you know, the solution is stop attacking Israel and everything. How about end the occupation? He knows. Bill Maher is not stupid. He reads a lot. He has a lot of very important guests that come to his show on HBO. But he is what he is. He just hates Arabs and hates Muslims and Palestinians. He's a disgusting human being. Look at him living in his basement in his house with all those millions of dollars. I mean, he's a fucking subhuman to me. But I thank you, Bill Maher, for just saying the truth, or just not even, you know, just by doing nothing, you actually call them out.
Anyway,
All right.
we don't need to get onto that.
Let's go to Russia and the Ukraine. How do you solve that one, Bill? Let me hear your hard-nosed decision about that. Well, let me ask you a question. How is war still legal? With all this shit that's been canceled.
Legal.
Why is that still fucking legal?
Would you like a real answer to that? Because for something to be illegal, you have to have the capacity to enforce it. And you can't enforce against war, or else you have to go to war with the country that's going to war. And we don't want to go to war with Russia over Ukraine. What would be the sense of making it illegal? Oh, that's really going to stop Putin. No. To stop people from going to war, you have to also put boots.
Can't sit down and talk it out. Why can't Putin do a podcast with the head guy? Like, you just solved the Middle East on a podcast. Why can't they solve what they're doing on a podcast?
This is why this is not your thing.
Make some hard-nosed decisions. It's not your thing. It's what you.
It is my thing.
It isn't your thing.
This is not your thing.
You're like that guy that has a fantasy football team and thinks he's a fucking GM.
No.
That's exactly what it is. Like, why am I fucking listening to you like you've done something? What have you done in war?
So you see, he called him out. Yeah. He said, "Who the fuck is you?" Because every time he invites comedians, like said, "Oh, you don't know." Every time a comedian will push back on something, he's like, "You don't know. I mean, I know more than you, you know." And he's a fucking grifter. He was Bill Maher, not this guy. I don't want you guys to mistake him. This animal here, this guy. Bill Maher was losing his audience, so he went to Joe Rogan show about a year and a half ago. And then he got a big bump about 2 years ago. He already went twice, and he became audience captured. Now his shtick is, look at me, I'm calling out the liberals. Those liberals are out of hand. You know, I'm calling out the liberals. Look at me. I'm calling everybody out. I'm calling both sides. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. You can't be politically bisexual. Listen to the word. You cannot be politically bisexual. Either you're with this team or you're either with you could be in the middle, but not be a hypocrite or a grifter. Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden, look at me and everything. He feels guilty every time he gets a guest. He's like, you know, I call it like it is. You know, I mean, I'm not. I call out the liberals and the left. The left extremists. I call them out all the time. Shut the fuck up. All right. Hey, I have another thing. He did this once before. Okay. He did this once before.
You know, I've always enjoyed you. I think you're a great comic. But I thought tonight maybe we...
Okay. He wants to get Bill Maher to agree with him that they're both against wokeness. Now, Bill Maher is a smart human being. He doesn't want to, he has his beliefs, but he doesn't think he has to click together with this idiot and just say, yeah, let's cry together. He said, no, I don't see nothing. You're just making this shit up. Yeah, I don't know. You got 20 people. He fucking dismantled them. This is an old video. Shows you he doesn't like him because he knows he's a fucking hypocrite. He's an industry, man. This is industry. Bill Maher is not industry. This is an industry.
But I thought tonight maybe we would sort of share a cry together because...
share a cry.
I think we have something in common, which is that we think political correctness may be ruining comedy, or at least threatening it. Because I know you've had your problems with that. And you did a routine recently about how women like it rough. And then, of course, the internet police got all over you.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, I didn't notice if that happened because I don't
pay attention to it. I don't read comments.
Happened. Yeah, they hated you.
Yeah, but who did?
The haters.
You're making shit up.
Like
The
20
haters.
people? Like 20 people with a hashtag can get like a news story going now. And I just don't think there's no problem. Like the amount of times somebody tells a joke and they'll say that there's a controversy at a comedy club. That's funny is they'll show the clip on the news and like you hear the crowd laughing. So the comic is basically guilty of telling a joke that worked.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then if you put it on the news, yeah, it's going to be a completely different context. But I mean, I don't go on stage and worry about.
Sorry, guys. Had to do something. Came back. My apologies, all right? Let's see. Okay. He wants him to agree that wokeness is messing up comedy. Now, we don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but I like Bill Bohr. He will not co-sign to whatever he's saying. He's not going to co-sign to it. Good.
So the comic is basically guilty of telling a joke that worked.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then if you put it on the news, yeah, it's going to be a completely different context. But I mean, I don't go on stage and worry about what people are thinking. Right. It's a really weird time where people are just bringing this up all the time like this is a major problem. I'm not experiencing it. I think it's like a half a dozen stories, and like usual, they're trying to act like, you know, the sky is falling. It isn't. It's a fun time. Come out to a comedy club. You know, you'll have a good time.
Yeah, don't believe it.
Right. And to undergo that, I mean, Chris Rock says he won't play colleges anymore because they're too politically correct. Daniel.
You just ignore them. It's like 3 days. They flip out for 3 days. They try to bully you into an apology.
Well, you can't ignore them when they're right in the audience and you're playing to them.
You tell them to shut the fuck up.
Believe me,
It's a comedy show. That's all you do. It's like
Sweetheart, I do it here every week.
it's manufactured strategic outrage.
Right. Then forget it. Let's not have a good cry together. But as long
Is that not what you wanted out of that?
As long as we're on the subject, I'm
He said, that's what you wanted out of? You want us to you want me to co-sign your bullshit about all comedies ending, wokeness is ending everybody, man. Get out of here. All right. Now we're on. Oh, I didn't do Aipac, right? Let's do Aipac. All right. Now Aipac. Oh, hold on. Give me a second. Aipac is the American-Israeli, I don't know, some bullshit. It's a strong organization in the United States that spends more than $100 million to anybody, Democrat, Republicans. They don't give a fuck. They're not there for Americans. And it's an American organization. The whole idea is whoever likes Israel, we like him. Whoever hates Israel or whoever disagrees with Israel, we're going to get rid of him. And it is dangerous that they get to spend more than $100 million and then get back $26 billion for Israel. It's unbelievable, and I think it's disgusting. Let us just show you what's going on here in the United States. There was, when third world people always say, oh, we got too much corruption. Look at the United States. Yeah, we got corruptions. We got more corruptions than anybody. Hold on. Let's see, where's Aipac? Boom, 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 boom. All right, hold on. Let me get Aipac. Hold on. All right. Okay. Let's watch a video of Ali. Ali Valchi is going to explain to you what Aipac does in the United States. I'm surprised he didn't get fired. I know why. You know why? Because his wife is Jewish, so they gave him a break. Okay, there you go. All right. This is Ali Valchi of MSNBC. He's going to give you a breakdown of, hold on, let me just get rid of this. Okay. All right. You see it? I'm going to be in the bottom here. I don't want to take too much time. And let's get ready to rumble. All right, here you go.
The American Israel Public Affairs Committee. It was incorporated in 1963. For 10 years prior to that, it was known as the American Zionist Committee for Public Affairs. AIPAC calls itself America's pro-Israel lobby, and according to its website, it has over 3 million members across the country in regional chapters working to, quote, expand and strengthen the U.S.-Israel relationship, end quote. You may know AIPAC as being one of the biggest and most recognizable donors to many of the members of Congress in your state. But contributing to campaigns is a relatively new function of the organization. Before 2021, AIPAC did not endorse candidates nor give political contributions. Its focus was on lobbying elected officials, not actually electing officials. But in a dramatic shift in policy, AIPAC began directly funding candidates and spending big on races in 2021. AIPAC Political Action Committee, AIPAC-PAC, filed something called a Statement of Organization with the FEC just in time for the 2022 election cycle, where it spent $50 million, including both direct contributions to candidates and outside spending, like TV advertisements. According to AIPAC, it donated money to 365 candidates from both parties, including every single member of both Democratic and Republican leadership in Congress. 109 Republicans who voted against the certification of the 2020 presidential election in America received campaign contributions from AIPAC. All in all, AIPAC gave money to 342 members of the 118th Congress. The 2022 elections were the most expensive midterms in American history, with a total cost of $8.9 billion spent. Now, last year, AIPAC ranked 15th in total expenditure by a political action committee, according to data collected by Open Secrets. But take a look at the other funders that AIPAC is competing against for that title. Act Blue and Win Red. They are Democratic and Republican Party machines. Save America is Donald Trump's money-raising operation. The Conservative Club for Growth, Emily's List, focuses on electing Democratic women to office. All of the PACs on this list are massively domestic-focused ideological machines. AIPAC is the only organization in the top 20 whose interests are focused entirely.
Israel, everything, it just works for Israel. It is a fucking shame that it is not registered as a foreign lobbying group and could be scrutinized by American law. They could donate whatever they want. They don't donate directly, believe it or not. It's a smart move. They get other people to donate in their name. You understand?
Entirely on America's relationship to a foreign government. Now, let's take a look at who benefits from AIPAC's largesse. Here are the top 20 recipients in Congress, the House and the Senate of AIPAC.
Look all this money. Look. I'm going to show you later more. Look, 720,000, 481,000. This is money. This is ridiculous. This is disgusting, man. This is shameful. This is corruption 101. It should be against the law. How are they going to serve my interests when I am Joe Sixpack doesn't give them any money? You understand?
AIPAC money in the 2022 midterm cycle, according to Open Secrets. They're members of both parties. They come from every corner of the country with varying levels of experience in Congress. The Democrat Glenn Ivey of Maryland tops the list. He beat out fellow Democrat Donna Edwards in Maryland's House primary after AIPAC poured millions into pro-Ivey advertisements and mailers. Edwards was running for a second stint in Congress after serving during the Obama administration, where she voted present, not even a no, on a number of pro-Israel resolutions.
And she got punished.
So the money poured in against her. Not even an endorsement from Nancy Pelosi could save her. Michigan Democrat Haley Stevens unseated Democratic Representative Andy Levin. Here's what Levin had to say about that.
I'm really Jewish, but AIPAC can't stand the idea that I am the clearest, strongest Jewish voice in Congress, standing for a simple proposition that there's no way to have a secure democratic homeland for the Jewish people unless we achieve the political and human rights of the Palestinian people.
Okay. He's Jewish. And because he's an American Jewish person who stands against the ideology of Zionism in Israel and believes in the two-state solution, was put out of office by another Jewish American organization that spent about $3 to $4 million to get rid of him from Congress, and they succeeded. This organization is like the fucking mafia. If you don't do what we want, we're going to break your knees. Very simple. And you know what? It's going to blow in their face. Americans are going to get tired of this. And once they get onto it and they start reading and seeing what these lobbying groups are doing and influencing America's foreign policy and domestic policy and working for other countries, it's going to blow in their face. You'll see eventually.
Aipac spent $4 million against Levin. He lost by 20 points. When Michigan Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, the only Palestinian American in Congress, was censured by the House in early November over what some lawmakers called her rhetoric around the Israeli-Hamas war, 22 Democrats joined Republicans in that censure vote. 18 of those Democrats received campaign funds from Aipac in 2022, totaling more than $1.1 million. By the way, for these 6 of them, Aipac was their top contributor. A growing list of progressive lawmakers who are vocal in their criticism of the government of Israel and its policies and their support for Palestinian self-determination have inspired Aipac to spend even more. As progressive lawmakers began calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, Slate reported that insiders expect Aipac's 2024 spending to hit $100 million. In fact, United Democracy.
They are going to spend, let me take you back a little bit. They're going to spend $100 million to get rid of these people. Don't you notice that they're all black, they're brown people? Because these politicians, whether you agree with them or not, they are free thinkers. They don't agree with everything Israel is doing. They are bound to be punished by an organization that's supposed to be an American organization working for a foreign country to get rid of congressmen and women from their congressional seats. You have to ask yourself the question, imagine if the Palestinian had an organization like that. You understand?
To hit $100 million. In fact, United Democracy Project, which is a pro-Israel super PAC affiliated with Aipac, is already spending money on attack ads against Democratic Representatives Jamal Bowman of New York and Summer Lee of Pennsylvania. Lee has already got a primary challenger, as do Cori Bush and Ilhan Omar. Pro-Israel donors have already signaled that they are eager to primary Rashida Tlaib and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Congresswoman Lee already overcame Aipac's financial influence against her once. She tweeted criticisms of Israel's treatment of Palestinians in 2021, but as a candidate, she affirmed Israel's right to exist. But that's not good enough. Aipac spent nearly $3 million in the primary alone to defeat Lee, and they almost did. She beat Stephen Irwin, who is third on the list of money given to candidates by Aipac in 2022, by less than 1,000 votes. And if Congresswoman Lee wants to keep her seat in 2024, she's going to have to do it all over again. She joins me in studio after this break.
The question is, excuse me, my microphone was shut off. The question is, how come they let somebody on mainstream channel talk about Aipac as a mafia-like organization? I think he was berated after it happened. It never happened again. Now let's show you how the money looks. You're gonna be disgusted as an American or as anybody who sees. And people get upset when you talk, oh, you're anti-Semite. Why are you talking about Jewish giving a lot of money to politicians? No, that's corruption, motherfucker. And that's hurting people. That's killing people in the Middle East. Fuck you. We're not going to sit silent and fucking start pretending this game. Oh, this is an anti-Semitism trope. No, it's not. Here you go. All right. Murder, she wrote. Let me see. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Track Aipac. There's an app if you want to get it on. If you have an Android, I think, or Apple, I don't know. It's on an Android. If you write Track Aipac, they have an they have, what do you call it? They have an app. Okay, these are America's representative. Each person here, some of them have got hundreds of thousands of dollars, some of them even millions of dollars. Joe Biden has got about 10, $11 million in the last 40 years from this organization. Now, these are all right now, these are all elected in Congress and the Senate in the United States government. Look at this. See that? I'm going to go slowly. Look at this. 92,000, 285,000, 400,000, 1,954,000. This is Mitch McConnell. He's the leader of the Republican Senate. You understand? Some of them. Cassidy, how much you got? Republican, he got 357,000. John Kennedy, he's got 189,000. Susan Collins, these are all Republicans. Angus Scott, this guy's an independent, and he still got 251,000. He's neither Democrat or Republican. So they have a monopoly on you know, when you go to when you go to Las Vegas to a casino, and they notice that you're counting card and you're beating the house. This is what they're doing. The Aipac Jewish lobbying group that is pro-Zionist. Now, when I say Jewish, I don't mean all Jewish, but it is a Jewish organization. We can't say it's an Israeli organization because it's not registered as an Israeli citizen organization. So what I'm saying is that they have all bets on the table, and the House has no chance of winning. They're gonna lose to this guy, to this person. If he was on a casino, and Aipac was a human being. Debbie Stamper, Michigan, right? $840,000. Minnesota, 707,000. Tina Smith, Minnesota. Oh, these are the senators, I think, right? Yeah. See? You're going to get dizzy. This is all the senators. Out of 100 senators, 97 are getting money from Aipac. I'm not starting to feel good. I'm going to show you just one more thing because my head is starting to hurt. I don't know why. Because I have hybrid. Okay, the House. Oh, we can't go state by state. Here we go. This is Alabama. Are you guys watching with me, man? Hang out. This is the United States Congress. That was the Senate. This is state by Alabama. Look. Alaska, they only have one. Arizona. Arkansas. All of them. Look. Look. Holy shit. Huh? Look. Colorado. I mean, you can go all day. My hand will get tired before I go through all of them. Okay, my head is killing me. Okay. All right, guys, my head is hurting, man. I wanted to go to all. Let me just show you the polls. Biden is losing on there are 6 states or 5 states that decides the American elections every year. And Michigan is going to lose because a lot of Arabs are there. But Biden doesn't care about within the White House because he is betting his presidency for Netanyahu. You understand? The Israeli policies in Palestine is going to cost him the election, and it's a shame. Fuck him. And they're all saying, oh, you want to bet for that? Well, you're going to lose. All right, there it goes. A new set of Time/Siena polls, included one with the Philadelphia Inquirer, reveal an erosion of support for the president among young and non-white voters upset about the economy and Gaza. It's not the economy. They're all upset about Gaza, but they're afraid to say Gaza. You want to hear it? You can. I don't know. No, I don't know. Can you hear it? I don't know.
Trump leads in 5 key states as young and non-white voters express discontent with Biden. This article is by Nate Cohn and read by an automated voice. Donald J. Trump leads President Biden in 5 crucial battleground states, a new set of polls shows, as a yearning for change and discontent over the economy and the war in Gaza among young, Black, and Hispanic voters threaten to unravel the president's Democratic coalition. The surveys by the New York Times, Siena College, and the Philadelphia Inquirer found that Mr. Trump was ahead among registered voters in a head-to-head matchup against Mr. Biden in 5 of 6 key states: Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. Mr. Biden led among registered voters in only one battleground state, Wisconsin. You can find the full results of the polls, including the exact questions that were asked, here. You can see answers to common questions about our polling process here. The race was closer among likely voters. Mr. Trump led.
All right, I'm tired and I gotta go on. My head hurts. All right, guys, I had a good time today. I hope you guys will support this channel, man. I have 2 channels. I have another channel called The Empowered Man, because this channel, I'm not getting money from YouTube. They keep on saying that I'm using invalid views. I'm not doing it. You know, I spoke to them, you know, on email. They said, stop playing around with the, what do you call it? With the views. I'm like, fuck it. Do you think I have time to watch myself day and that's it. I don't even watch my shows. Anyway, I'm happy. You know, I have asthma, so my breathing is getting a little tired here. I appreciate everybody. Let's hope and pray for peace. Let's pray for the Palestinian people and hope that God protects them. Okay? Thank you. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Goodbye.